Honestly, this makeup look is so easy, but the outcome looks so effortlessly put together. Here are all the steps I took. So for skin prep, I use my Kiehl's Daily Refining Milk Peel Toner, and then moisturizer, I use the Caudalie Vino Hydra Gel Cream Moisturizer, which is so slept on, especially for combination skin. It's unreal. And my lashes are cluster lashes, so I won't be using any mascara or anything like that for this look, but obviously you do your lashes however you usually do them. My primer at the moment is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base Primer. This is such a lovely final step to my skin prep, and then everything that I put onto my face, that's my toner, my moisturizer, my primer, I'm always pressing it in, just pressing, tapping around the eyes. I just feel like it gives the nicest finish on my skin. So everything I put on my skin, I've sort of given it a couple minutes to actually absorb. And now moving on to my next step, which is my eyebrows. Ever since the whole soap brows trend came about, pretty much I just still have my bar of Pears soap. It lasts a very long time, obviously, because it's a bar of soap. So I pretty much just still do that, to be honest. The only issue I still have with soaping my brows is just kind of having to like clean them up a little bit after, because obviously it can get a little bit sudsy on your skin. But I am on the lookout for like a nice clear eyebrow gel, so that, you know, I don't have to faff. But yeah, I still think it looks cute. They're still in place, they're still looking clean and sharp, so no issues here. And my eyebrows have always naturally been on the thicker side, so I don't really like to fill them in too much, if at all. And seeing as today is an effortless look, just not going to fill them in. And the technique that I use is pretty simple, to be honest. It's sort of brushing the product like into the eyebrow first so that it really gets under your hairs, and then brushing upwards at the start, across during the middle, and then downwards at that tail end, and then just cleaning up anything that needs cleaning up. Concealer is going to be the only makeup that I use for my face base. The first concealer I'm going to be using is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have that in the shade Light 2.5 Creme Brulee, and I pretty much just place that everywhere that it's needed, very much like the hollow areas of my eyes. I bring it down my cheeks just a little bit because I often get like redness right on the tops of my cheeks, and I kind of prefer, like, I will go in with a blush afterwards on a slightly different area of my face, so I kind of like to cancel that redness out a little bit with some of that concealer. So I'll bring it down my cheeks a little bit, of course sort of angling my eye upwards towards my eyebrow as well for that sort of lifted look, and then I just blend that in with a damp beauty blender. I use this one from Real Techniques that I've definitely had for way too long and needs a good clean. This is also the concealer I use for spot concealing. At the moment I'm at quite a fair shade, because yeah, it's pretty much just been winter in Britain, so I've not seen any sunshine for ages. The second concealer that I use is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I have this in a slightly warmer, more yellowish shade than the NARS concealer. It's in the shade 03W. I like to place this concealer on my areas that come through a little bit underneath that are much more of a deeper purple colour, because my under eyes are quite hollow and quite purple. It just sort of needs another layer. I feel like I can't just only have one concealer, I feel like I need the two. And then I'll just press that all in with a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Finish set powder. I have that in the shade medium 2. Honestly, like, it's alright, it's good, it's a good finishing powder, but I don't know, I feel like with finishing powders, whether it's loose or set, I just feel like you can just sort of skip out on anything expensive. Like, there are certain makeup products that are worth like splashing out for, and then there's just certain products where it's just like, like they all kind of just end up doing the same thing. Like, what's the big deal? In my opinion anyway. So now it's time for what I call like just the fun part of your makeup. Once you just get the tedious like brows and face base out of the way, now it's just time for like lips and highlight and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm using on my lips today, and I have been using religiously since I bought it, is the KIKO Milano lip stain marker. I've got this in the shade 109. The shade is absolutely perfect. I would say it's like a really close match to my natural pink colour, but like a bit deeper, a bit more enhanced, but a very similar shade. So it really gives that like your lips but better kind of look. So for me, I noticed that when I apply this lip stain to lips that have like no moisturizer on them, no lip balm, nothing like that, completely dry and just kind of like freshly exfoliated lips, the stain will hold so much longer. And then once I've got my desired look and everything's lined up perfectly, I will then use my lip balm afterwards, and then it just kind of melts the colour into every crevice that it needs to go into pretty much. The lip balm that I use is from Dr. Hauschka. I love Dr. Hauschka. This is such a lovely lip balm. And then after that, I use my favourite ever lip gloss. This is just a clear lip gloss. It's in the Butter Gloss range from NYX and it's in the shade Sugar Glass. I absolutely love this lip gloss. It's just like I only ever need like 2 dips and then my lips are perfect for ages. It's so moisturising, and I would say that it's also probably the best value for money as well. Oh, like look at that. Perfect. Another little finishing touch that I always like to do with my makeup almost every single time is just a bit of highlight in my inner corner of my eyes. And when I tell you how long it took me to find a product that was perfect, exactly what I wanted, I was being really picky. I found it finally, only in Boots the other day. It's from NYX. It's the Ultimat Glow Shots liquid eyeshadow in the shade Highkey Lychee. I'm also using this at the end of my nose, so I feel like you can definitely use this as a highlighter, especially for like the smaller areas of your face. And I feel like this is such a perfect dupe for one of the Rare Beauty liquid highlights. And then last but not least is just a little bit of blush, kind of like doing a bit of a barely there blush look today, which I know is so different from like trends like we saw last year where blush was just so huge. And I do have a gorgeous blush, one of my favorite blushes from Rare Beauty. So I love the Rare Beauty blushes, but this is actually just a lipstick from KIKO. It's an old lipstick, but I will still slap the shade on the screen because I can't remember off the top of my head. I always apply it in this area of my face, just kind of like the tops of the cheekbones, and then of course across the top of my nose. And I felt like this shade of like a rougey pink just matched the lips a little bit better than my Rare Beauty blush does. My Rare Beauty blush is a little bit more of like a muted rosy pink colour, and I feel like this is a bit more of a warm rougey pink, which matches my lips better. So there we have it. That's pretty much everything finished. Thank you for listening to me yap. And if you enjoyed, then click on my channel and check out what else I've got because I'm relatively new. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.